Hi, my name is Seneca. Welcome to my casual channel. This is where I talk anything casual or monumental in relation to life and life's events. Today we're going to be talking about Matt Rife. If you don't know, which if you clicked on this video, I'm just gonna assume that you do. Matt Rife is a comedian. He's been a comedian for like the past 12 or so years, but he recently popped off because he's handsome. And I guess he posts crowd work videos. And within this past year, like, one of them really blew up and then just kind of like brought attention to his comedy that he's been doing for a while. I really want to emphasize the fact that he is attractive. It really plays a role into like why he's like really popping right now. He claims that he just woke up handsome and he's never had any work done. You do not look like that and just didn't have any work to. Nobody's jawline comes in that strong. Nobody looks like that. Also, I used to watch him when he was on Wild 'N Out, and he did not look like that, and he was past the age of 18. There's no way you just grow into that face past the age of 18, bro. Anyway, okay, he's being, I don't want to say canceled because this man will be fine, right? Like, he has a Netflix special out. His fan base is probably like strong women, like strong like younger women who are like attracted, you know what I mean? Like, he's gonna be fine. He's really gonna be fine. I don't feel like he's gonna be canceled from this, but he's come under fire for a few of his jokes, the main one being one of his jokes about domestic violence. But I just wanted to post this video to be like, this is gonna make me sound like I'm coming in defense for him. I'm not a Matt Rife fan. I watched the special because I was just curious about it because it was recommended and I love stand-up. I'm just wondering, like, is the backlash that he's getting, is it deserved? Is it, not to say deserved in the way that I'm like, I stand by his domestic violence jokes. None of that. I am not pro domestic violence jokes at all, but I just want to have like a little bit of a conversation that, like, I hope somebody's gonna comment and be like, you know what, I disagree because of this. I am so open to people disagreeing. I'm open to people being like, absolutely not. Even if I don't agree with it, I just would like to see other people's perspective. That's not just about like the Matt Rife hate trains, hating just to hate, you know? Just to share like why Matt Rife is under fire. He's under fire because, and I remembered watching the special that he's coming under fire for and kind of like giggling. Like, I found his special to be very entertaining, but I found it to be funny in the way that I laughed out loud sometimes at some of his jokes. And I just want to say, I watched this special, had some moments of tension, some moments of, oh shoot, he really said that, because sometimes I feel like comedians just make jokes simply for the shock of it, simply to be like, yeah, I said that. I said that, cancel me. And I feel like the joke of him saying the domestic violence joke, which if you don't know, he made a joke about how he was in a restaurant with his friends. There was a waitress serving them. The waitress had a black eye, and either him or the friend was like, yo, you think that they would put her in the kitchen because they don't want like somebody with a black eye out here. And then it was either Matt or his friend who said this, but then Matt brought it up in the comedy special and said, yeah, I feel like if she was in the kitchen to begin with, she wouldn't have the black eye, whatever. Like, haha, funny because she, like, if she could cook, whatever. I can see where if you have been in if you have history of domestic violence, that may or may not be funny to you, but I kind of feel like, okay, is it the people that like are truly affected and that truly like would like to stop jokes about domestic violence?
Post recording this video, I do just want to add some things that I did miss. I do believe that the backlash is warranted, as somebody brought this up. This YouTuber, I think Sam Collins, brought up this. I don't think would hit people as hard if Matt Rife himself was making fun of himself for being a victim of domestic abuse, the way that Pete Davidson makes fun of things related to 9/11 because his dad died in 9/11. He has like validity to talk about it just because that is his own experience, but it's kind of poking at the idea that that's a woman and his audience is largely women. So it feels like it's in bad taste because it's not really aligned with, I guess, his audience. And I do agree with the idea that Sam Collins brought up, which is that it just sounds like a bad joke that you would hear in high school that is not fully fleshed. Like, it's just a disgusting, not funny joke. But I do want to say, what is the line between I find that joke funny, or I find that joke offensive and it shouldn't be joked about, versus I'm not this person's audience, and I will just not give them my attention, but I am going to give them backlash so that they can feel the effects of how not funny this is and how they should feel horrible for making the joke, as opposed to just simply like recognizing you're not this person's audience, you know?
That are very serious about that agenda, that are like having problem with this, and then other people are like coming in support. Or like, what is it about that specific joke, or like Matt Rife himself, that people are like really passionate about right now? I kind of feel like this is one of those things where there are grounds for people calling him out because it is an offensive joke. Like, people can take offense. Ricky Gervais said this himself. He tweeted this out. He was like, listen, you can't, people say, oh, you can't say anything anymore. You can. The thing is that people can decide if they like it or not. And you can just decide if you like give a damn enough, if you like care enough to like care about what they're saying about it. And the thing is, I don't believe that cancel culture really is that impactful. Like, anybody who's been canceled before is typically, like, people are still thriving, you know, unless you're like a normal person who like got caught doing something horrible. Like, entertainers typically are come under fire and then they like thrive because they got that attention. All press is good press. Is this attention that Matt Rife is getting? Are people like legitimately offended? And is this a larger conversation that we need to have about domestic violence jokes? Or is this a mob hate mentality type thing, and people are kind of, some people saw this, want something to be mad at, and are just kind of blowing it out? Because honestly, as somebody who watched the special before he came under fire for this and giggled a few times at the special, I'm kind of like, you know, like, from my perspective, I didn't hate it. So I'm just curious as to like how other people feel about this. People say like, oh, cancel culture is so bad now. Cancel culture has been around forever. The thing is that on the internet, it's just on such a larger scale, because Matt Rife is no longer just speaking to his audience. If he was like a comedian in like the 70s or whatever, he would simply like go to a show. It would not be televised. It would be to his audience. People would either like it or dislike it. On the internet, of course, like, he's speaking to his audience and anybody else who wants to hear. So the thing is, anybody could come, have a problem with him, light him on fire, and like not cancel him, but like put him in really hot water. And that's, I feel like, what is happening with a lot of people right now. Are people making like truly like cancelable offenses and we're lighting them up? Or are we lighting them up because it's like a, you know what? I'm mad about an unrelated thing. Matt Rife is under fire for something he said about domestic violence. I'm going to be about the cause, and I'm going to like light him up too. And like, comedians toe the line all the time. Like, some of my favorite comedians have said things that I've been like, shoot, yeesh, that was a tough listen. But I kind of feel like your power is in your attention. I feel like this is just making Matt Rife more famous. Honestly, of all the things that are cancelable, I feel like his response maybe was cancelable, because his response was like, here's my apology, and he put a link to special needs helmets. That's cancelable to me. Like, that is something y'all need to lighten him up about, because that's horrible. That's actually really horrible. I'm not an apologist for Matt Rife. I just simply am somebody who's looking for dialogue and who talks about monumental things, and wanted to talk about this because it's prevalent in our culture. But yeah, if you have any feelings, please let me know. If you watched the special, please let me know. If you didn't watch the special, let me know. I just want to see what the heck people are saying, rather than to just be like a stream of hate that he's getting. So